This is our Forex blog for October 18th, 2011, and like most days we really want to buy the strongest currencies versus the weakest currencies. Obviously last week for the most of the point the dollar and the yen were weak. Their trends have shifted to up. For the most part we focus on the weekly and the monthly trend. If the weekly trend's up and daily real-time trend is up, the yen is stronger than the dollar. You can see it switched weekly trend up here, and the dollar pretty much weekly trend never shifted up. So the yen's the strongest. The euro's weekly trend shifted down at 2 here. The Swiss was also weak throughout the day, and the New Zealand also, the weekly monthly trend shifted down, and it was pretty much weak until about 6. So basically, if you wanted to focus on the highest odds probability trades, you would sell the euro versus the yen, you would sell the Swiss yen, and also the New Zealand yen. So let's look at the euro yen. This currency works its way back up to the hourly. This is anytime a currency's trend is down. The first and usually second time it hits the hourly moving average, the gray line in the middle, tends to be a good place to go short. A lot of times it comes up here and goes sideways. If you wait for it to start to fall, you can see you got short right here. You would have lost about 5 pips. It went sideways a little bit longer. You sell the breakdown of the low right here at 76. And you can see our intelligent trailing stop got you out here at 31. So you made 45 pips on the second trade, maybe lost 8 on the first one. And here's the Fibonacci area right near our lower containment bands. Most of the time price doesn't break through there, and it's a great place to get out of the trade on the second little pullback right here. Most of our traders have shifted over to using range charts, and I'll show you why. Here is the Euro Yen 6 pips per bar range chart. And you can see that our intelligent stop on here also got you out right here. You have a nice little pullback trade right here that only gave you about 5 pips. You wait for a deeper pullback right to the previous day's high. You go short again. You made about 20 or so pips. And then another small pullback right here. You're short at 10, and it got you out right here near the low at 88. So notice how tight our intelligent trailing stops are on range charts. These are a new feature in the software that lets you adjust the stops based on any amount of multiple of average volatility that you want, and it also uses a lot of our different statistical tools that you can set to match your style of trading. In my style of trading, I'm more of a scalper. I'm looking for 10 to 30 pip moves, and I want small losses. I want 6 to 8 pip losses on average, and I want 15 to 30 pip wins on average. That's my own goal, and that's why I've set these the way I have. Certain tools get 20% weighting in this case, 10% weighting for here, 10, 20, and 30. Momentum Pro measures the intensity of the move, and so if it's going up and down, up or down with a lot of currencies moving up or down with a lot of intensity, then we have a wider stop. As soon as that intensity slows, we tighten the stop. As soon as the trend shifts from down to up, we tighten the stop even more, and that's why we're able to have wide stop at some times and tighter stops at other times. You can see it's just barely right above these bars high. And instead of getting out with a wider stop and giving back 15 to 20 pips, we capture the majority of almost every move using this tool. And our range charts really give you a good feel. Here it broke from above to below the hourly, came back up and couldn't get above it. This is called a retest. Good place to go short, and notice where it got you out of that trade. Even on this little 4-bar pullback right to the previous day's high, notice is extremely, previous day's low. It's extremely weak right here. And notice on this other counter trend wave later, there's just no momentum to the upside. There's no, euro dollar pairs are not going up against, they might be going up against a few other pairs, but not with any kind of intensity. And so when a resistance area like the previous day's low is hit and it can't get above it, great place to go short. You might have shorted it here around 29 and out at 14 for a nice 15 pip win near the lows of the market. Notice again also the New Zealand was weak today until about 6. So you have strong yen, weak New Zealand, and so here's what it looks like on the range chart. Nice little pullback right here, short around 93. It got you out right here at the low at 59. So that's a 30 pip win. And again, notice how tight our trailing stops are. When trades don't work, you're typically only going to lose 6 to 8 pips, and a lot of times they go your way, so our stop tightens. And a lot of times when trades don't work, you have a 3 or 4 pip loss, or a break even, or even a 2 to 5 pip win. Now, the pound was strong earlier today, and then it became weak here at 4. When you see a lot of weakness followed by very little strength, that previous weakness is likely to resume. So 6 o'clock would have been a good place to look for a pound yen sell coming up to 6. Here's 6 o'clock right here. Obviously, when this broke underneath the hourly, this is another perfect example of a retest. It broke underneath the hourly, came back and retested it here. You go short, and notice this is our intelligent trailing stop on a 5-minute chart. It's a little bit wider stop, but it does tend to keep you into moves a little bit longer for a little bit longer term traders. Here you got a counter trend move up, and notice it got you out right pretty much near the lows on that trade. Strong dollar today for the most part. The Swiss was weak, so you could have focused on buying the dollar Swiss, and especially when it breaks, from below to above the hourly right here. Pretty decent place to go long. Previous day's high right here is a resistance area, and it did kind of run out of steam, and then you bought the breakout right here for another small 10 or 12 pip win. But the currency meter showed you that the dollar was strong today for the most part, and the Swiss was weak, so that's what you want to trade.